one famous line from it. That is, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" The evil queen asked this question to the mirror, as the mirror would always say the truth. Now underline this. The mirror would always say the truth. As a kid, I did not realize the true sense of it. But now, I'm sure that if the mirror is to be personified, it would be awarded as the most truthful person on earth and probably the only nominee. Don't get offended, because we cannot deny the fact that we at least told white lies. Now, as I was thinking on these lines, three intriguing factors or qualities of a mirror came to my mind. The qualities which come to our rescue many a times on a day-to-day basis. The other day, I wore a new dress and I asked my sister, "Hey sis, am I looking good in this dress?" "You're looking awesome as always," replied my sis. But when I went and looked at myself in the mirror, I was shocked to see that that dress is making me look 5 years older. Now this brings to surface the first quality of the mirror. That is, if there is one thing that would give an honest and candid opinion on you, it is the mirror. Put aside physical looks. The mirror unfolds your true self to you. It reflects, don't be so sleepy.
No.
It reflects everything it sees, be it agony, despair, excitement, nervousness, or sadness. It reflects everything it sees. And all these, and even the slightest mood disturbances that we have, which often go unnoticed by our near and dear ones. But the mirror, it never misses a detail. Just acknowledging what you see and accepting it with a smile makes any situation much better. Coming to the second quality of the mirror shares a valuable lesson to the world. That is, even if it is shattered into pieces, its capability to reflect only increases manyfold. Break it into 100 pieces and it will show you 100 reflections. I think it is much better in inspiration than the classic hit the ball on the floor and it bounces back example. It instills new courage in you to face any kind of situation, because success is much closer without that barrier of fearing. Now coming to the third quality of the mirror. Like they say, behind every successful person, there is a friend, philosopher, or guide. The same is true in the case of mirror. Because it just remains as a see-through glass, if not for the silver coating behind itself. Now imagine you had a difficult situation. You went, you stood in front of that mirror, you smiled, and you sought for inspiration from it, and it didn't work. At that moment, trust me, you are going to remember this speech of mine, and you will realize that there is a silver lining behind it, which will lead you to that one person who is always behind you in times thick and thin. This brings to end the three qualities of the mirror, and all this boils down to one important thing. If you think it's the mirror, I'm afraid you're wrong. That one important thing is you. Standing in front of the mirror, smiling, and talking with it, all this is nothing but spending time with yourself. Because if there is one person who will stay with you till the end, for sure, it is you. We all use the mirror for a varied number of reasons. Sometimes to notice the fine wrinkles at the corner of our eyes. Sometimes to brood over the fact that the number of grey hair we have just increased by one. Sometimes to remove the tiny morsel of food which is stuck between our teeth. And sometimes to notice the dark circles which are diminishing the brightness of our face. At all these times, we fail to notice the undying brightness in our eyes. Well, the mirror always shows it, and it never lies. Accepting what you see, acknowledging it,